Hey Leo, welcome to my channel. My name's Justin. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I use tarot as well as various other means to channel messages and provide guidance. So before I started your reading, I pulled some oracle cards to kind of get a feel for kind of any themes going on over the next few months. This is going to be a reading for the next 3 months out, so till the end of November, just to kind of see what's going on with you. But as I was pulling out oracle cards, the first one that came out was the Underworld, which I wasn't quite satisfied with that. So I ended up pulling out another one, or another one fell out, and it was the Village, which I instantly thought of the movie The Village and kind of just the idea of like being restricted, um, maybe evil going on, kind of made sense with the Underworld card. Underworld can be associated with like hell or just negative, darker aspects sometimes. That's kind of the first thought that can come to mind. But when I look through the book, the Underworld actually talks about when it's in light, it says bravery, depth, and facing of deepest fears, which I feel like made sense with the village coming out too, because when that is in light, um, it's just talking about being rooted in intimate connections. So I feel like maybe there has been some kind of intimacy that has been being blocked from you, and you haven't been feeling rooted. And this is maybe just a call to kind of go into the underworld and face that shadow and that evil or whatever it is, um, with an honest eye, a scrutinous eye, and transmute it into something that allows you to feel rooted and live your authentic expression. And then the other oracle card that came out was playfulness. So I think that will just be a theme for you over the next 3 months. Just something for you to embrace is being more playful, kind of seeing the lighter aspects of life. So the card says, change me, divine beloved, into one who is wildly open to the new. Free me from rigid patterns that no longer serve. Let me feel adventurous and spontaneous, knowing that the more I open to life, the more it opens to me. So yeah, those are just some themes to keep in mind during this reading or over the next few months. So I'm gonna just pull from 4 different tarot decks, one for each month. The first would be the Rider-Waite deck. This is going to be your current energy and for the rest of August, or if you're viewing this later than I post it, it'll be your current energy and the rest of the month that you are currently in. And then the next 3 months will be for the next 3 following months. So I feel like there has been some kind of revelation, and because of this, you've been able to kind of be more self-sufficient, or maybe you've had to rely on yourself more. And it looks like you have a lot of internal conflict going on in your mental space. So 4 cards came out, which is kind of a lot, but I think there's been something that you've been wanting to lean on help from someone. or from a community, but you haven't been able to. So you're kind of juggling these different ideas or going back and forth between what it would take to become like more self-sufficient. Or so you're trying to get to this place of the Emperor is the last card in the four cards that came out. But I feel like you've been feeling a lack of collaboration and teamwork. I think you've been wanting to reach out to for support, but it hasn't quite been there. It's kind of been hidden, hence the card kind of in back of that. And then this is just leading to you kind of going back and forth, maybe between like beating yourself up, um, or blaming people around you. But I think this is like a call maybe to think about what it would take for you to feel like the Emperor again or the Empress. Yeah, so in your heart space, you have the Three of Swords reversed and then the King of Swords. So I think there's something that's been painful in your heart space that's been causing heartache, and you've been wanting to reach out for support, but you haven't been getting it or hasn't felt easily like offered up, easily accessible. So this has been causing a lot of mental conflict. Yeah, it's kind of a heavier energy, but let's go into September, see what ends up happening for you in September. I would say whatever's going on for you currently, it would be a good time for you to kind of go inward and not beat yourself up, but look at things more rationally. That's what the King of Swords is all about, is looking at things super clear and having like a logical understanding of the truth of what's really going on, maybe regarding whatever has been causing you its pain. So I feel like with the King of Swords coming out with that, it's just a call to really be scrutinous with truth about what's going on, not beating yourself up over it. So in September, I think you could start to see a lot more passion, something you really started to show passion in is gonna almost feel more complete by the end of the month. And as a result of this, you will have a lot less anxiety, a lot less fears, and then you will be able to kind of have more of a studious approach to life and start to work on building your abundance and happiness and this transformation with the butterfly. Um, just turning things around, really. And that's all like in your mental space. Yeah. So the September will be a very hopeful month for you. you got the star in your main energy space. And I think this is just the hope that is there, especially if you are able to kind of bring your heart and your mind into alignment. Also, I think pouring out your emotions could be transformational and lead to abundance and lead to healing and hope. You have the butterfly in this card again as well. So I really think there's going to be some kind of transformation. I think this will be as a result of gaining an understanding as to what you're truly feeling, what's really going on, and then reaching out to those around you or whatever avenue you decide to take to express yourself. And then in your heart space, you're going to feel more accepted, which is Six of Wands energy, is like public recognition. But I think those around you, after you start to share your feelings and your insights, you'll gain recognition and understanding from those around you, which is something it looks like you currently are wanting, but aren't sure quite how to get there. All right, so what's going to go on in October for Leo? So in your mind space, you could have a change of position. I think you will have a new attitude on just life in general, and I think you'll have a more playful view of life, which you had playfulness in the Oracle card. And then October is, of course, is Halloween month, so I think it'll be a time for you to be playful and let loose and just be more positive in general. Yeah, again, you got the Six of Wands, the Six of Imps in this deck. But this is in your main energy, so I think in September, you will start to feel accepted and feel that recognition. But in October, it's really going to start to play out, and you're going to see that people do actually recognize you. It'll be less of just a feeling and more of a material manifestation into your reality. And then you got the Page of Pentacles again, which so in September it was in your mind space, and then October it'll be in your heart space. So I think, kind of as I was mentioning before, with the mind heart coherence and integration and aligning, this is what's going to lead to this public recognition playing out in your life. And you're going to finally be able to focus on the things you actually want to manifest in your life and make progress with. A lot of times when we're stuck in these heavier energies, we can feel trapped and stuck and just not making forward movement. So I think as these months progress, you will get to a better place to where you can start to make forward movement because you'll be in a more whole, just happier place. You won't be so drained from all these heavier energies. You'll have more acceptance in your life. So, Spirit, what is going on in November? How will this all play out for Leo? So November, I think you're gonna really want to hold on to this change of position. You're gonna like really get into this good place mentally in October, and I think November you're really gonna hold on to that and hold it dear. And that's also going into winter months, which is like hibernation time for a lot of people, especially if you're on the East Coast or the North. If you live in America, I don't know if any of my viewers are outside of America. Just if you live in the North. And then you have the Emperor in your main space in November. So I think you'll finally get to that place of that power and abundance and passion that you've been wanting to get to, and you'll feel empowered to be yourself and live authentically. It looks like in this picture he's almost nervous but excited at the same time. So that could be a feeling that you were feeling in November. It's almost like that when things like get so good, you're afraid something bad's gonna happen. That's not really like the healthiest way to be sometimes, but I think it's natural for a lot of people to be like that. So it's just not wanting to lose the good that is happening. So yeah, I think you will continue to hold on to that good actually, because you got the Two of Wands in your heart space, and then Judgment with that change of position again, which again looks like mind heart alignment because you had the Judgment in your previous month in your mind space, and then it is in your heart space this month. And then same thing with the Page of Pentacles previous month. So it's just interesting. So yeah, I think you will finally have made that decision or come to that realization that you were looking for with this Two of Pentacles energy um, at the beginning of this process or in August. And you will have finally made that decision in November and realized the way that you want to go or what it actually took to get where you wanted to go. So overall, this is very positive. I think you're going to be transmuting a lot of heavier energies, and you will start to feel a lot more playful by the end of the month. But just be easy on yourself. That's the big thing I would say. And then I will just recommend a self-care practice that you can incorporate over these next few months. It's just a suggestion. So think about what brings you pleasure and maybe allow yourself to feel pleasure in your day-to-day life. And then movement could be very important. I know movement can, like exercise in general, can really help us get out of depression. Obviously, it's not a cure-all. There's a lot more to mental health than just exercise, but it can really start the process of feeling better. I know a lot of times when we're stuck in depression, we can really just want to lay in bed all day. And sometimes the best thing we can do is just get outside and move around, and that can really start the ball rolling or get the ball rolling into feeling better. So, yeah, I think it's a super positive reading overall, and I wish you the best. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.